All I need to do is just take this out in the morning, and that's it. I just go my way. I don't really need to do much. It's already, tidy. I woke up this morning and I decided to make this video. I, for some reason, have always wanted to do a video about locks. And I think I'm going to do more about locks in the long run. And the reason for making this video is because I keep getting this question, not here, but I keep getting this question in real life about, the best advice to make lock grow. What are the best ways to make sure your locks are healthy? Is it okay to have extensions? Just some of these questions that are born out of ignorance, not that is a bad thing, and then misconceptions. And so I'm here to probably just talk about my experience about locks, give advice about the best things or the best way to look after your locks, and to debunk a lot of misconceptions. Hi, my name is Ijoma, and welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the first time, this is EJ Uncut channel. And if some of the things that I discuss here on YouTube resonate with you, please do well to smash the subscribe button, click the like if you like the video, and also don't forget the notification bell. Also, I'd also like you to bear with me because I'm very close to a window. And I don't have this is not a soundproof room, and sometimes you would hear cars from the distance passing by. And so if that sound comes on, please bear with me. Without further ado, I'm going to talk about locks. It's no surprise that I'm talking about locks because I have locks myself. I have been locked for four, 4 years now. So from 2020 to 2024, in February of 2020, I just decided to lock my hair. I had been natural for about 3 years. I had relaxed hair almost all my life. And one day I just decided I wanted to chop off the relaxed hair. And in 2016, um, I cut my hair and just did the big chop and just decided to grow my hair. And so I grew my hair for a while, for about 3.5 years. And then one day I just braided my hair and decided I didn't want to take it out again. I've always loved and enjoyed my hair. I would, braid my hair or have it in protective style or wig or weaves or whatever. But after a while, I'll start missing my hair. And so I was this person who would, have my hair out a lot of times. I wasn't even really into the whole protective style thing. I will do, yeah, I'll braid my hair. I would do a lot of things just to make it easier for me to carry my hair. Not necessarily make it easier to look after my hair, but just make it easier to reduce the preparation time when I wanted to go out. And so I one day decided that after twisting, having like twists, natural hair twists on my hair, I decided I didn't want to take it out again. And that was the beginning of my lock journey. And so from 2020, February of 2020, I have locked my hair till this is February of 2024. And so my hair has grown this long over the years. And there are a few factors that have helped with my hair retaining thickness, health, and length. So I know that within the African and Afrocentric communities, people are so obsessed about length because of, there's a conception about our hair not growing long. And it's not like our hair doesn't grow long, but because our hair is magic, black hair, every hair that is Afrocentric is very magical, that it shrinks. Water is our friend, but we decided to make it our enemy. Water is our friend and gives that ability to just morph, shape shift, and just take on any shape that you want it to, assume. Conception like people think that our hair don't grow because of the shrinkage, and so when it comes to anything that has to do with hair length, we are kind of obsessed. Will it grow? Will it not grow? And blah blah blah. Blah. So one of the factors has helped me with my hair being the way it is me understanding my hair and locks in general. Before I went on this lock journey, I researched. I did a lot of research. I learned how to do hair. Unfortunately, I wasn't around where people could do locks or even natural hair that much, so I had to learn for myself. And I started with the twist that I talked about, and I think the number one thing that helped me was to change my mindset about beauty standards. So there's this Eurocentric standard where people who have straight hair, their hair is sleek or straight from the edges, but ours is different. And so sometimes we find ourselves wanting to have European hair when we don't have European hair. And so, it brought up the inception of, some of these gels and, some of these things that help us sleek our edges and all of that. However, I'm not saying those things are wrong because I also use them once in a while. But then I had to change my mindset from that after a while because it got to a point where during the frizzy stage, they call it ugly stage, but it's not ugly. The very frizzy stage of lock transition, like transitioning from loose hair to dreadlocks. It's very frizzy. The hair is trying to shrink and tangle and form into locks and all that. And it's all usually frizzy. So me having the mindset of wanting the hair to always look, manicured and sleek and all of that, I struggled. But after a while, that mindset began to creep out and a whole new mindset about beauty standard as an African woman decided to make me patient enough to allow my hair bloom. So, apart from the mindset change, another factor that has helped me is not doing too much on my hair, not manipulating it too much. A lot of times you see people want to have styles and styles and styles for locks. You want to treat your locks like your loose hair, like you want to braid it or have it in styles all the time. See, I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but because I didn't do that so much, it helped me with the thickness of my hair, the health of my hair. It didn't break. And I also have an issue with my scalp. I think I have seborrheic dermatitis, and so my dandruffs can really, 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 really be intense. And if I don't, if it's not aerated nicely, air doesn't get to my scalp as often as is needed. I in fact, I almost get mad because it's itchy, it's scaly, it's crusty, everything is going on. And so it just makes things very difficult for me. So because of that, I didn't do a lot of styling to my hair. But then, I'll just style it or pack it in different ways just to make things different every week or every 2 weeks. And, it kind of helped the health of my hair. And so one of the advice that I will give to people is to not do too much on their hair if they really want their locks to be healthy and nice and thick. Another thing that has helped me when it comes to locks is realizing that you can't compare yourself to another person. You might see other people and draw inspiration from it, but I think one of the things that a lot of people need to understand is there are different factors that contribute to difference in hair texture, thickness, pace, or rate of growth. And I know from the beginning, or I have always known, that people's hair is different. Some people's hair are thick, the density of their hair is thick, or some are thinner. And so some of those things also would contribute to how your lock will turn out. Is it going to be thick or is it going to be thin? You might sometimes you go online and you see people asking, how many locks do you have? How many locks? Because they want to estimate, how thick their hair would be if they do the same number of locks or whatever. As unimportant as that is to me, some of the things I don't blame them. And so even when you do the same, I might do the same number of locks with another person, but my hair might be thicker than theirs or theirs might be thicker than mine. So don't think that everyone's hair is the same. And I think that's also one of the problems with the natural hair community, where some people just want to buy so many products thinking that it will make them have another texture of hair or never another thickness, and like the thickness of someone else or the texture or the length or rate of growth and all of that. And so people need to understand that before you go into the lock journey, your own journey is unique and very unique to you. And so all the best you can do is to take care of yours, do what you have to do to make sure that your hair is healthy for you. Another factor, and this to me is the most important factor. This might not be the last factor that I'm going to talk about, but the most important factor is that water is Loc's best friend. I laugh when some people tell me or some people say that their locticians told them that they shouldn't wash their hair. I can understand how you want your hair to be neat for a long time. If that is the reason you're having to prevent water, that is understandable. And that's why there are different types of lock maintenance in terms of retightening, after an amount of weeks. Do you want to palm roll? Do you want to do interlocking? Do you want to do crocheting or crocheting, or whatever it's called? These things depend on so many things, or choosing some of these um, lock maintenance styles or methods depends on a lot of things. Your lifestyle, what do you want for your hair? Do you want to prevent water? Do you want a neat scalp? Do you have a busy lifestyle? Do you work out a lot? Do you sweat a lot? Do you swim a lot? Are you in an area where there's a lot of rain? Do you want to prevent water? And probably I'm going to talk about different lock maintenance routines or methods. And so I'm not going to talk about that in this video. But with what I'm saying now is water is not your enemy. And so if you would want your hair to thrive, it will be best to choose a maintenance method that doesn't stop you from going close to water. And so water actually helps in the lock process because water makes our hair shrink, and that shrinkage creates some tangle and some of those processes that go on inside the lock. I can tell you for a fact that my hair transitioned from my normal twist to full-blown locks in about 7 months. And this was because I was not afraid of water. I allowed the freeze, I allowed everything to happen. I didn't maintain my hair all the time. I think um I did my hair about maybe every 6 weeks to 8 weeks. Sometimes it would go on to almost 3 months. And all I needed to do was just make sure that my hair was clean and tidy and well groomed as a human being. Lastly, I'm going to talk about build up, length, and covering your hair. Even with loose hair, one of the things that I advise is that you cover your hair when you sleep because our hair is like claws. It can easily grab things from certain materials like cotton and wool and some of these textures, fabrics that have textures that can easily shed. And so one of the things and one of the goals for me while going through this journey is that I didn't want build up and I didn't want lint in my hair. Sometimes you really can't beat lint because sometimes you just find yourself, once in a while you just see one very small, maybe from your clothes when you wear them. And so it's very, very difficult to say you have 100% don't have lint. However, when make it a goal, then that likelihood of having so much lint in your hair, on your locks, is reduced like a great deal. Cover your hair when you sleep. Even if you don't have something to cover all of the locks, cover the scalp area. It just helps you. It makes your hair neater. It makes prep time when you're going out or when you're preparing to go anywhere. It reduces that prep time like a whole lot. All I need to do is just take this out in the morning, and that's it. I just go my way. I don't really need to do much. It's already, tidy. Probably I'll just have to brush it a little bit just to reduce or to take out this line because sometimes there's a line there. And so maybe when you're doing your makeup, you just make sure that you just brush things over to that side so that everything just looks nice and tidy. But the way I am now, all I need to do is just go where I want to go. And that has helped me with looking my best all the time because every day when it comes to locks is a good hair day. It doesn't matter if it's retwisted. If you also look at my head has undergrowth, but like I still don't look bad. I don't need to retighten this for a while. I'm not even interested because even when you have loose hair, you don't see your scalp every day. So why am I so interested in my scalp shining all through? That's another level of not liking your own hair, aka self-hate. I'm not going to go through all of that, but cover your hair. Use water-based products if you're the kind of person that does maybe palm rolling or retwisting, and you need products to help them hold. But I avoided that at all costs. So even if I don't do palm rolling, but even if I want to do palm rolling, I would use only water and oil. The first day I used gel, my scalp was on fire because I told you I had an issue with my scalp and issue with dryness, and so everything was itchy and scaly, and I looked very unkempt, white residues everywhere. It was so much, and I vowed I was like, okay, if I want to do gel, I will probably just use maybe edge control or something. And that's it. That's what I came to talk about today. I also wish that someone, I saw some of these advices because there are so many conflicting advices when it comes to lactations, what you see online, YouTube, and all of that. So I probably just decided to experiment with my own hair. Just, get some of the things I agree with other influencers or advisors and just see how things go. I didn't agree with everybody, so I just decided to do what works for me. And I've just talked about what works for me. I might have not remembered everything, but these are the most important ones. And, at the top of my head, it would always come out if I needed to advise anybody about locks. So, are you thinking about going into logs? Do you have logs? Are you thinking of cutting your hair? Or do you have any other advice for me or others who are watching this video? Please put all of that in the comment section below and I will read them, and I would so appreciate that you have your ideas, your questions, whatever. Please like this video, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching till this extent, and till I come your way next time. Bye.